Hi guys, Irit here, and I have a new process video. This one is for hip kits and it's using the March kits. There is my finished layout. I started with white cardstock and the stamp set we got in the color kit. The stamp is by Pink Fresh Studio, and I'm using a couple, actually 3 colors of pigment inks, which you can see on the screen now. And these inks, the nice thing about them is that once they are dry, I can add watercolor and they don't smear. So that's kind of important when you're working in layers, that you use the right products. So my ink is dry and now I'm going to add another layer. I have this leftover die cut piece, and I'm using it as a mask and just applying modeling paste. You can see it there. You can use also the mask after you're done with it as a mask on your layout. That would be a great idea, but in this case I didn't. So you can see how lovely that background looks with all the white modeling paste, and the stamped images are kind of peeking through in the flowers and leaves. And once my modeling paste is dry, I am adding some watercolors. So I'm using the aqua hues, which came in the color kit, and these are basically watercolors in these little jars. They come dry and you add water to activate them, just like any other pan watercolors. And I really like it. We got 3 colors in the kit, and then I also used some of my own aqua hues from my stash. And the colors we got in the kit are this beautiful yellow that I'm using here. We got a bright green that I think I will use later, and this beautiful kind of a blue-gray that I started with actually. I think the color is called Blue Moon, and it's just a really lovely neutral to add. I think I used to be, I guess, all about the bright colors, but I've come to realize that when you add some neutrals, it really helps the bright colors pop. So I've been using more gray and, you know, craft and all these more neutral colors. I've been using them more and more in my projects, and I really like the combination of them with bright colors. So I'm just adding some color here and there. I'm using the packaging technique. I'm using my water brush, just making sure that there's a little bit of every color in kind of all the areas of the layout. And this is my photo. I matted it on one of the 6x6 pattern papers that came in the embellishment kit. And I want to use this puffy sticker, but I have only one and I want to use it in both sides of my photo, so I just cut it in the middle, and presto, 2 embellishments. And now I'm thinking what I want to use. So my background is very delicate and muted in the colors, and there were a lot of like spring happy colors in the kit. So at the beginning I wasn't sure what I'm going to add. I decided to add these cute little houses that I cut out from the 6x6 pattern papers from Pink Fresh Studio, and I thought they worked well with this more delicate color scheme. But then I give in to the bright side and I just use a bunch of the, you know, pretty bright embellishments that we got in the kits, and you will see that. Just one thing to pay attention to when you're adhering embellishments on top of, you know, a textured background like modeling paste. Make sure you use some liquid adhesive, probably works best, or a hot glue would also work well. So I cut out, there was one flower, I think you can see the leftovers on the bottom right corner next to my scissors there. It had these petals that looked to me like some tentacles, so I just cut them out and used the center on my layout. And I'm starting to glue things down. These gorgeous flowers are by Basic Ray, and they came in the embellishment kit. So I'm just going to add a bunch of them, and I'm trying to make sure that I have all the colors in each cluster. I don't think it's going to work exactly like that, but I'm trying. So another tip, if you have a flower and you don't really like the color, you can flip it over and use either the white side or just color the white side with whatever color you want to make it match your color scheme. So here I am playing around with all the flowers. It was a bit difficult to decide which ones are going to go on the layout. I'm also using some of the vellum flowers that came in this package. It had some, you know, pretty colorful cardstock ones, and then some like tulle or mesh flowers, and some vellum ones. And those create really interesting layers behind the colorful flowers. And then I decided I'm going to add some leaves. Now these leaves, you know, they're a bit green. I'm not a huge fan of green, but it's kind of a bluish green, and I had this green corner in my photo, so I kind of went with that. I don't know, the whole thing just, you know, the photo is very colorful because my daughters are lying on, you know, some colorful blanket, and the toys are colorful, so I just went with it. And I really like how it ended up looking. It's not at all what I had in mind, but it's just a really happy, fun layout. So I'm thinking about adding those yellow buttons. They also came with these flowers, but I don't end up using them. That would also look really cute, or you can add buttons from your stash if you don't like this color, which I did in a previous layout. And yeah, I'm just trying to, you know, I cut that big red flower so it would fit there in the corner, and then I had this leftover piece. I'm going to stick it in the other cluster. You know, make sure you use all your bits and pieces. It's really fun to use up these goodies, and you know, next month you'll get a whole bunch of just as pretty new goodies, so use it. Yeah, I'm just playing around with the flowers, nothing much to say. I did add some journaling. Oh, I had to add those cute birds. It's just so springy. I did add some journaling to the left side of that big cluster at the bottom. You know, there's this area below my photo that is kind of begging for some journaling. So that's where I added it, but I did it after I took a picture of the finished layout, so you don't see it in the photos. You'll just have to trust me. And I'm going to stick that little house also at the top cluster. You know, it doesn't make sense, but I really love the whole whimsical feel of these embellishments. And I don't need my embellishments to make sense. So there you go. And I thought this was a good opportunity to use some of my green embellishments, you know, because I don't tend to use a lot of green, and they were really cute, so why not add them, add those birds. I really like how they kind of, the last one that I added is kind of peeking or hiding between the flowers. It looks really cute. I like that. And I think that's it. Where did I go to? I have no idea. Oh, before I added all the flowers, I added some splatters in silver to kind of go with my silver title there. And, you know, some of it gets covered up, but you can still see a little bit of it. And that's it. So here's my finished layout. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Here are some close-ups on these really cute embellishment clusters. I really love them. They're so whimsical and springy. I wish you a lovely day. Bye.